Welcome back to the psychological landscape. This episode is on predator and prey. Nah, just kidding. Well, sort of not. It's basically on manipulation with insecure individuals and why the perpetrators do this, and also why the prey or the vulnerable individuals are able to be maintained in this type of relationship. So yeah, to start, manipulators and the people that are being manipulated, they're in this pattern of relationship for two reasons. The first reason has to do with the manipulator. They do it for control. The second reason has to do with the person being manipulated. And this is occurring because of insecurities, generally a lack of confidence. So for the predator, these people, and within the context of this video, with narcissists especially, they prey on the weaker individual in order to gain validation, because most other people won't take it. You know, they recognize what this person is doing, and they just don't even allow them into their lives. The person being manipulated generally is in this because, like I said, lack of confidence, and oftentimes they've been in this type of relationship before, whether it's with parents or friends or whoever. This type of relationship has been repeated in the past, and unfortunately it's oftentimes all they know. So the three main techniques that I'm going to explain here that manipulators use on their victims are gaslighting, guilt tripping, and being highly critical. And obviously these aren't all of them. They may not even be the main ones, but they're the ones that are prominent to me. So I'm going to explain a little bit about them, their effects on the person being manipulated, and then finally I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to easily identify when this might be happening. So the first technique is gaslighting. And gaslighting is kind of a common term that is becoming more common that people are using, and it basically refers to your reality being questioned and doubted with a malicious intent by the person that's doing it. So let's say that the person that's being manipulated is just explaining to the predator something that may have happened during their day, or something exciting that they're excited about, or something that they saw, and the manipulator will just be like, that never happened, that's not true, how could you believe that, why are you so gullible, maybe it's just something that they read. And despite the fact that this person may have direct evidence, they experienced it, they read it, the manipulator will be able to convince them that it's not true. And basically, if this happens often enough, the victim here literally doubts, comes to doubt everything that they perceive and experience and believe. So that's gaslighting. The second one is guilt tripping. This one's particularly harmful on the self-esteem of the individual. Again, the victim maybe does something minor that most people wouldn't consider to be, bad or immoral. But the manipulator basically twists it and makes it into an overblown big deal, which causes and not only that, it's like a guilt trip's kind of, it's prolonged out for a period of time, however long. So they overblow it and they extend it over a period of time, making the victim feel like they've really done something really bad. And so again, it makes them feel like a bad person. What have they done? And also because of, the gaslighting that also goes on, the person will actually believe it. So yeah, it's important to know that these techniques work together and in conjunction with each other, and they reinforce each other. So the last technique that I refer to, or that I think is an important one, is being highly critical, overly critical, and constantly critical. Again, like just being critical over really minor things that are trivial, most people wouldn't think are a big deal, but that the victim here internalizes as a big deal, and incorporates it into the whole constellation of other negative self-feelings to have about themselves that have been brought about by this person. So to round off the video, here's some tips from my experience that really helped me in kind of determining what's actually going on here. So the first thing is you constantly feeling bad when you're around this person. If you're around them a lot, you always feel bad around them. You always feel like shit around them. Another identifier is that you're always wrong. The manipulator is right all the time, and they can't be wrong. And if you point out that they're wrong, they get really angry. Another thing is, and this is perhaps more easy to identify, is that most other people that don't like this person. And maybe you're like, oh, why don't they like this person? I hang out with them, they're fine, whatever. But those people are seeing that individual accurately, and so it's important to take what these people are saying seriously, because if most people don't like this person, it's probably for a real reason and a legitimate reason. And so yeah, those are some identifiers on how to identify when you're being manipulated. And I frame this specifically within the context of a narcissistic person doing this, but narcissists just happen to do it more often. Can happen in any type of relationship. And yeah, another specific thing related to the narcissist is that they do it for validation, for their own lack of self-esteem, whereas sociopaths or borderline individuals may be doing it for different reasons. other than in order to be validated. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Been watching The Psychological Landscape, and look forward to the next video. So yeah.